Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Fight IQ series. Right now, I'm fighting with Arlovski versus Overeem. Dude, I'm fighting. I've seen his name before. He was like #1 in season 12. He was like, guys call him a big knee spammer or something like that. So once I saw his name, I kind of already knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to time overhands and looking to just plant and rip. Not letting him get settled in front of my face. This is the lunge there to kind of kill my stamina. Goes for an overhand. I didn't see much knees from this guy. I don't see any knees at the moment. He's lunging. There's the first one. So once I saw that, I'm thinking I gotta time an overhand as he goes for this knee. With the body. There's another knee. Knee elbow. Elbow to uppercut. Guy definitely does a little bit more than the elbow. I know why people line. But what I'm looking to do is that once he's out of range with a knee, if he whips on a knee, I'm going to look to try to hit him with an overhand or a jab or a hook. So right there, that's the range. I got to be ever so slightly out of the way. There it is. He whips the knee, managed to rock him with the jab. Here, and he goes for an overhand when he was rocked and eats a mean uppercut. And the good thing about fighting Overeem is that you know that his chin is not the best, so the more you land, the more you're likely to get him out of there. So I'm just alternating my shots from either jab hook to jab uppercut. And I'm not really focused on anything else. The head, the legs, the body is not important to me. It's just the head. It's got to get him out of there.
Overhand blocked there by Arlovski. Caught the kick there, Joe. Oh, he catches the leg there and then works it.
That's a plant jab uppercut hook, and then he goes for the lunge back overhand. I've seen a lot of people do. And he decides to knee the air. Interesting.
Just over 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I picked up on when he goes with a naked straight. He usually tries to follow up with a body kick. For a front kick right after. Lunge the knee. Smack him with the overhand right after I lunge that knee. Blitz him with a combination of strikes, and this fight is over. That lunge felt so good. I'm not gonna lie, that lunge felt so good. But yeah, this guy, the variety of his strikes wasn't big, but it can definitely be annoying to some if you let it get to you. But I stayed relatively relaxed. I'm like, if this is all he's gonna do, I'm pretty much going to just work on landing what I can land, and that was the jab or hook and the overhand, and I managed to land that overhand right after I lunged that knee. He'd been throwing oh so often during the fight. And got the knockout.
Check it out here.
This next fight, going against a Robert Whittaker, not just any Robert Whittaker. This guy's name is AJ Savage 25. Apparently fights on Wi-Fi. Doesn't like play on a LAN cable, so his connection is kind of wonky to say the least. There's days where it's fine, and there's days where it's like, oh my god. And he does a little smart thing where like he sidesteps and throws uppercuts against your straight strikes. And another problem with this is that also he uses like the A+ fighters. His connection's kind of iffy, and he loves, yeah, you see right there, it just kind of froze, and he goes to the jab feint body straight. Unfortunately, I'm not a big fan of using the jab feint body straight, but in this case, I'm gonna have to use it myself. I'm not gonna let him have that little bit of an advantage over me. You see how he sidestepped that last strike? And he's lunging. He loves to hunt the body. So my goal is that once I'm in the center, once I'm in his face, I just want to let my hands go. I want to have full confidence with what I'm throwing. And then you see that he sidestepped the body strike. And then he rocks me as he and like it freezes up. And I'm definitely trying to figure out my timing, and he sidesteps the uppercut. Perfect timing, and lands an uppercut hook. I sway his uppercut. Goes for a knee. Whiffs. Jab feint body straight. That's what I kind of realized. I'm like, alright, I can't just let him do that to me. I gotta do it as well. Hook. Trying to discourage him from sidestepping. He sidesteps again. There's a knee. There we go, side kick.
They continue to exchange.
man, like I'm pretty good at sidestepping the side kicks and whatnot, but for him to be able to sidestep punches, I'm not gonna lie, pretty impressive despite the connection.
Oh, tags him with the straight. Nice job there by Whittaker.
He's ducking.
Slips the punch.
There's a ducking uppercut counter.
Good defense there.
That's insane.
Oh, and he tags him with the straight. Beautifully
Takes
placed
some
there
jab,
by
pumping the
Diaz.
jab out there.
Showing that punch. Whittaker gets caught with that punch.
Uppercut, rear hook. Lead uppercut, rear hook to the body. Now that's a good combination.
Whittaker's hook shot blocked though by the
Stop
defense.
throwing it.
Nice job getting that guard.
I'm only gonna throw that jab feint body straight if I see him throw it again. Ah, there he is. He's facing it now. He's planting and ripping. Whole goal of AJ right here is that he just wants to interrupt me. Just interrupt me in the middle of my combinations. Cause me to whiff. You see that? He's trying to sidestep. So now what I'm doing is an adjustment to the sidestep. I'm just going jab, rear hook to the body so I can get some extra damage as he sidesteps onto the hook. Problem is with middleweight Diaz, he's not like he is in welterweight, so my body health stats are not the best. There's another sidestep from him. So I'm just alternating from just the rear hook to the body and the rear hook to the head. Try to go for the body kick.
So he's really starting to put together some significant body shots here. These are going to take their toll as
So sidestepping.
Couldn't agree with you more.
Goes for a knee, hits the air. There's the jab feint body straight. And he goes doubles up on it. Fuck off.
Here's a perfect kick to the body.
Watch my stamina. Yeah, alright. I gotta see if I can lab that myself, because that's pretty smart to kind of implement. This guy's head movement is pretty decent too. Connection aside, he just has a good idea of where his opponent's gonna throw. Look at that. Look at that, man's Neo. It's a jab feint body straight. I gotta run to him. Ignoring, just do it right back. Usually, if you just start doing it right back, they usually kind of stop. Just gotta show like, hey, I can do that shit too. And then it starts to freeze right when I get into the pocket. There's some T kick. And it freezes right there as I go for a hook. And you can see sidestepping. This is the most toxic the game can get. Definitely for sure. Watch, see? He's taking extra damage from these rear hooks. Extra damage from these rear hooks the more he sidesteps into them. So my whole point right here is trying to get a body rock. As he sidesteps into a hook. Being that I have body snatcher level 5. I think that would reduce Whittaker's body health to like an 85 for every body hook landed. Ah.
Left hand.
Tries to pull that. Drops his guard. And instead of going with the jab straight head kick, I go with the jab straight uppercut, and the fight is over. Oh man. I definitely say that fight was I had to make a good amount of adjustments for that fight too, because not only was I battling connection, I was battling that sidestep, I was battling that the head movement was really good from AJ as well, but just kind of switching things up on him a little bit in that second round really made a difference in that fight. But now we're going against a Conor McGregor, and I have Tom Breese, who's a C+ fighter in this division. And Conor, at least in welterweight, his health stats are okay. They're not too crazy. But, oh my God, Conor, like his footwork, his power, his accuracy, everything about him makes him so hard to fight in this game. It completely changes the landscape of a fight when you're going against Conor McGregor. Seriously, there are dudes that aren't as good and that are okay with other fighters, and just what Conor brings to the table with how well his stats, well, how overdone his stats have been done, just make him really difficult. But every Conor has a set meta that they like to play with. Touch him up. So Tom Breese, him being the longer ranger fighter, it's going to be a strategy of teeps. I'm trying to see what kind of Conor is this. Doesn't seem to be too aggressive. Seems to be content with circling. And of course, almost all Conor players like to do that jab feint body straight. Unfortunately, with Tom Breeze, that's definitely out of the option. If I do that with him, I'm probably gonna get killed.
Well, Breeze's kick is blocked.
Jab straight, new body hook. Then he takes the jab to the body. My goal is to not stay in the pocket for too long with Tom. Conor would just blitz him in the pocket. So he's got to keep on the outside. I got to keep him on my kicking range or at the end of my jab range. And look to tag up his body the moment he tries to start up a strike in kicking range. When I'm in the pocket, I'm looking to slip in those slip uppercuts. Body uppercuts to the body, excuse me. Whip on that kick. See, once they start getting close, they start mixing up high-low. What I'm noticing is that he's coming. He works the head when he's coming in from out of range, and once he gets in the pocket, he starts alternating from high-low, high-low. And what that does is that if I start alternating my block, he's gonna start landing bits of damage on both my body and my head. And man, so with that, caught that mix-up coming. Man, Tom feels slow. I'm playing the body uppercut game to get him to bounce off. Standard Conor combo.
Oh, effective use of the jab here, Joe. Punches, timing perfect.
And I ducked. And the body uppercut tracks my head as it's supposed to, because I ducked my head into that uppercut. And now I'm rocking. See my head health? I can't let him hit me anymore here. I gotta focus, completely blocking my head. It's not the best start I wanted, but he whips on that kick, and I immediately take him down. I can't stand. I can't stand too much with this guy, man.
He's doing a great job of moving and transitioning here on the ground. Big body punch. Usually
the rule of thumb is when you land about 10 strikes in a half guard, you get like full grapple advantage. And this guy was a much better grappler than I expected. I kind of was hoping that he wouldn't be too knowledgeable on the ground. They managed to get a reversal and get on top. But I'm pretty good here. Pretty good on like forcing a ref stand up. And as he's faking, that's when I go for my transition. I know he's probably looking to deny that I land some extra damage if my stamina gets too low. Bounce up out of here. So not the best first round. Definitely not the best first round. So hanging on the outside is not working too well for me. These body uppercuts from Conor give me hella problems right now. So it's either I'm going to have to be a little bit more aggressive, or I'm going to have to really stick to just single shots and not even bother exchanging with the dude.
He's definitely going to want to start this round off fast to try to pick up where he left off. His opponent was in big trouble.
High five to knees for good measure. I got to keep him off me. Teeps. A good thing about the teeps is that good thing about the teeps is that you can kind of play with somebody's ego after you teep them a few times. They feel inclined to throw a side kick or teep at you back. So I'm using that to my advantage as well. As you saw, I threw a knee as a counter for that jab feint body straight. Every time I see him go to my body, I'm just going to fire off a knee up the middle. You see that? Tries to go for the jab feint body straight, and I rack him up with a knee. I'm only going to move my head when I need to. Another two to the body. Stay away from me, bro.
Huge block there. The defense is holding up. Well, without much resistance, he continues to find.
Drives me nuts that Conor can hit me all the way from there. Let's jab him by shit again. If I see him feign a jab, I'm just gonna immediately fire off a knee. Alright, there's just alternating from the head to the body. I'm not gonna move my head. The reason why I'm not gonna move my head is that I'm not gonna run the risk of swaying into something. I don't know how in God's name that landed. My block went down.
He's feinting with the punch.
Goes up to the head. Side kick.
Able to land there with the straight left.
Feinting.
McGregor gets caught by another straight hand.
Patience is key here.
Under 2 minutes now to go round.
There's the side kick I was talking about. And managed to use that little side step to get the drop on him. And I can kind of stay relaxed. There's a minute and 40 left in this round. So all I'm focused on is not making a mistake. He goes for a slip straight. Hit him with the body teep and it rocked him. And then I dropped him right there. For those of you who don't know, if somebody slips, they leave their body vulnerable to body shots. So look to land a shot to the body if you see somebody trying to throw a slip straight at you. So now momentum's in my favor. And that output that this Conor had in round 1, mixed with the body rockets now, dropped him to a more fatigued state. With time, I can't really force the finish. Front kicked him. Body teep again. He's hurt, but I can't really rush this fight. A good tip with lower rated fight. Now he's shooting. Now he's shooting. A good tip with lower rated fighters is that if you try to force the finish, you're more likely to get finished by a high rated fighter. Just the way things are. If you can take the decision win, take the decision win. But I do want to get the finish. Petty front kick on his end. And wow, it went from looking bad for me in that first round.
Here's a powerful knee to the body.
See that time in the knee against the Japanese body straight.
And here a perfectly placed punch results
Double
in a
hooks off the
knockdown.
side kicks, sidestep. And with that, momentum is in my favor. Momentum is a real thing, man. Like, you know, you could be doing really well in the fight. You duck into something, you sway into something, you get dropped, everything changes. It just takes 1 or 2 mistakes and the fight can just change just like that. Got 1 more round to go. And look, his stamina shot. And wait for him to get back. Still attacking my body. And what I'm noticing is that he's still sticking with his same string of strikes. He's not really getting too aggressive. Maybe because he knows it's pretty much likely to be 1-1. So he just has to wait for me to make a mistake. But managed to get the drop there as he tries to return fire too soon. Now clinch him against the cage, get a takedown. Instead of doing the driving takedown against the cage, I always look to the clinch now, but gets a reversal. And here's where I'm kind of confused. Right? There's about 3 minutes left. I just dropped you. I don't think you're going to deal enough damage with Conor McGregor on the ground to where you could change the round in your favor. But, hey, you do you.
Good shot to the body.
Maybe it's just he doesn't want to get finished.
Big shot.
Just throwing those fakes. Hitting me with the same hand. Tries to go to side control and I reverse that.
Nice sweep here. He's got half guard.
Going for the armbar, because why not?
He's trying to go after an arm here.
Keeping watch of the clock is so big in these type of fights. Especially in a 3-round fight. I find myself, I lose more 3-round fights than I do 5-round fights. Because the margin of error is so small. And you have so little time to work with.
He's got the arm here. Now he's going to throw his leg over.
But in this case, I'm so glad momentum's in my favor.
He's going to sit back.
I'm working for this armbar, but I messed up a little bit and I pressed the left stick and I extended his gate.
Armbar, but a beautiful
Try to go for the triangle. Denied that. Go for the armbar instead. Managed to get that.
It looks like he's trying to isolate that arm here.
And if I was him, I'd be looking to try to get a free get up. Like, I'd be looking to get the top mount so I could get up for free. Well, so he could get up for free and try to get a knockout. I mean, you have Conor.
Look at the redness there.
Big body punch.
You know, when somebody's on top of you and they're just kind of throwing fakes and there's a minute left in the round and the fight they're losing, realize that there's not much else they can do.
Trying to pass here. Excellent sweep. Winds up in guard.
50 seconds left now. And the ref stands up. Why'd you stand us up? Come on, Herb. We should choose the favorites again. He doesn't want to touch up.
McGregor's shot there is blocked.
Good knee to the body.
Back with the knee myself.
Knee to the liver. He's stunned.
I had to be so. Oh my god! If I would have ducked into that, that would have been so bad. And he takes me down. There's 20 seconds left, and he takes me down. I'm okay with that. I am more than okay with that.
Good shot to the head.
Wow.
The final horn sounds.
So it worked for us in that fight. The body uppercuts when he got into the pocket. The teeps as he tried to start up a strike. The teeps as he came in from out of range. I don't think we stood toe to toe at it, but that knee as he went for the jab fame body straight must have done a lot more damage than I thought. I think it hits both like the head and the body when somebody goes for that. So keep that in mind. Match to get, it's definitely going to be a clear unanimous decision. And I managed to get a dub with C plus Tom Brees. It's Romero 17. Fight IQ Series, Episode 5. Thank you everybody that's tuned into the series. I appreciate all the positive support. Any suggestions for any fighters, leave it in the comment section. I am out of here.
Judges nod, and this is big for him as he tries to spin this career forward. Going to be very